were being encroached upon, and their Christian right and privilege was being intimidated, that they could call on Her Majesty and she would defend them. It would appear that many other religions are very staunch in their ability to stand for what they believe in, to the point of death and shedding blood. But it appears that with the Christian religion, at least in the Commonwealth countries, they aren't willing to stand up and ask for defense of the faith, even when they can see the violation of God's laws taking place in their own parliaments, when they're drafting legislation to give awards to murderers like Morgentaler and other criminals that have violated God's law. This is clearly indication of people that have been deceived. When you have them voting in an unborn child's murderer as an award to Canada. And this is indication that we have something wrong in the system. So I'm getting a little bit off track from the question, but does that answer your question?
Get the question.
Well,
does the monarchy have any power?
That's right. The power is like basically, after 1931, the only power is if somebody asks for defense of the faith. That the laws of God are being violated, and you're asking her to defend them. That's her royal style, and that's the only, as you would call it, a weak spot. Is the weak spot of the secular system. Now, the secular system is the system outside of the monarchy that is making money off of all of those people that have allowed their identities to be usurped, basically stolen from them.
What is the importance of the Bible in the law, like in our current law?
In order for the monarchy to set itself up throughout the ages, not just the British monarchy, every other monarchy in the world, in order for them to gain the confidence of the people, they had to have something that the people put their trust in. The Bible has been, for thousands of years, a written set of codes and rules and teachings that people put their faith and confidence in. Not so much just that they were told they should follow them, but that when the readings of the Bible were followed, that they work. There's wisdom involved there. And that's why the teachings have been maintained. And so in order to gain power in a bait and switch or in the confidence game, which are reverted down to the con game, it's long been known that you had to give somebody reason to trust you, to show how good you were. So the Bible has been used by many, how shall I say, evil monarchs, bad monarchs, dissuaded monarchs, deceived monarchs. It has been used as a bait and switch program. And people submit themselves to the monarchies and become the subjects of the monarchies, register their children under the monarchy's registries. And by doing so, they submit themselves to a false God. The Bible is very, very clear on this. And the monarchy system that I can see around the world is used to get people to submit. The Bible is put up for a front to attract people so that people will trust what those people are saying, those government agents, those ministers, and their lawyers. The Bible gives them the authority to come in because that's the trust, the honor. You're in defense of the faith. That's why they put honorable in front of the names of these politicians. So that's why I bring up the validity of the false oath. And you're going to hear a lot of that. In order to catch on how big an issue, the missing word doom, is in that oath, you have to hear it a number of times. It's not like the first time the brain hears something like that. It considers it important enough to remember to actually go and research. I can't emphasize enough how much that means and how significant it is that they chose only 2 letters of the alphabet to nullify their oath and give you the opportunity to call them on their fraud. I call it a fraud because it's a deception. It was deliberate. And it was done back in 1955 when the literacy level was even lower than it is today. People didn't read near as much as they read today. The communication levels in reading were not anywhere as close. We have computers today. We have data input machines everywhere. We're so totally connected electronically, it's hard to go to sleep without reading something. So the point is that we're given all kinds of opportunity to come out of this. The Bible's been around for years. The monarchy depends on it to retain their power, but it is their weakest spot in their whole structure. That's why the Bible is so important in the monarchical structure. It's the bait.
So whether or not it's true or not isn't relevant.
I have my own beliefs on that, but they're beliefs, and I can't pass on my beliefs to somebody else. I can only pass on what I know to be factually true that I can prove. But from the logical point of view, let's get to the subject and the meat of the matter, you're correct. Whether it's true or who wrote it or not is irrelevant. It is the backbone of the system, and everything is based upon that Bible. The oath is, I do hereby swear. I do hereby swear. Whereas the oath in the majority of provinces is, I hereby swear. They removed that word do, and it wasn't in error. It was intentional, as I've said, so no liability attaches to the Christian monarch. It's up to us to catch them on the fraud and call them on it and let her know. As far as I know, I'm the only one that's ever done that.
We were talking earlier about a person
A person in law
and a man.
and a man-in-law are not the same. Definitions are so important. Our English language is so riddled with holes and traps, deceptive devices that are used to ensnare men that don't understand how important their words are. The word person is a combination of two words in Greek, per, with, sona, Latin, for sound. So we have with sound